Hello and welcome to this video visual guide created by Whatbox. This is for the Twas A Night Before Christmas sensory experience at the Novotel Hotel in Reading on Saturday the 21st of December at 1 p.m, 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. Whatbox is a new social enterprise based in Reading that has been set up to create events and accessibility tools to benefit those who are autistic or neurodiverse. My name is Hannah Burgess and I am the director and founder of Whatbox. I was late diagnosed as autistic and had the idea for Whatbox before I or doctors realised I was on the spectrum. I suffer with panic attacks or meltdowns when faced with the unknown, and this has led me to doing what some neurotypical people may find very strange. Extensive research before attending an activity, doing a recce before I have to drive or travel somewhere new, or reading the entire synopsis of any theatre show I see before attending. However prepared I can be, I often stop myself from attending activities for fear of another meltdown. I hope by creating video visual guides, people like me and many more can take part in culture, see performances, and have many other experiences in reducing the anxiety that these things create. In my free time, I'm always hunting for new and exciting sensory experiences, and creating the show has given me a fantastic excuse to go round and touch every item in the range and hobbycraft. Before we go on, I just want to say a massive thank you to Reading UK. This event is part of the Magical Christmas in Reading programme. There are going to be some amazing events throughout December, so do pop on the website and have a look. In this video visual guide, we are going to be covering what a sensory show is, including what to expect on the day itself, giving you a walkthrough of the venue so you can get to know the area before you arrive. And lastly, we're going to be talking about the adjustments and accessibility tools that we have been using to make this event happen. So let us begin with what a sensory show is. A sensory show is a form of storytelling. Designed for those on the autism spectrum, a sensory show brings a story to life using all 5 senses. Designed to be a welcoming and friendly atmosphere, there will be only 15 tickets available for each performance, meaning that we can be a quite close-knit group and it won't get too loud in the room. On to the senses we're going to be using in the show. First up, touch. Throughout the performance, we've got many different tools for you to touch and feel. One of them is a snow tray. This won't be cold, this will be fake snow unfortunately, but otherwise it would melt in your hands. We've also got some red glitter slime for Santa's jiggly belly. And lastly, we've got some sensory Santa books and reindeer for you to have a touch and feel of during the performance. Next up, taste. There will be some items for you to taste during the show, those things that we leave out for Santa every Christmas Eve. You don't have to partake in the tasting, and there will be an ingredients list ready before the performance, including some gluten-free options. During the performance, we will be using light boxes and screen projections. To use these, we need to have the room relatively dark. To get there, we will be lowering the light levels gradually before the performance begins. Next up, what you're going to smell. To recreate some of the classic scents we hear about in the poem, namely Santa's pipe, we will be using a vaporizer. It will be a very low smoke, and don't panic, it will not be smelling of tobacco. We are going to be using some cinnamon to make sure we're all feeling festive. Next up, what you're going to hear throughout the performance. There will be some pre-recorded sounds, things like the clatter on the rooftops and hearing Santa shout, so please do not be alarmed if you hear a voice of someone who's not in the room. This section will cover the venue itself. The venue is the Novotel Hotel in Reading. The Novotel is located just off of Friar Street, under 5 minutes walk from Reading train station and under 10-minute walk from the Oracle Centre. There is parking nearby at the NCP Garrard Street car park. When you arrive at the Novotel, you'll notice there are revolving doors for you to go through. These do move quite quickly, and if you don't want to go through these, just to the right there is a call button for you to go through a push door and the receptionist will let you in. This is the lobby area. There is multiple places to sit in the Novotel Hotel in Reading. This area was very quiet on the day, and do be prepared that on the Sunday there may be a lot more patrons in the space. People will be checking in and checking out of the space, as well as going to breakfast or other events in the hotel. This area is linked to the kitchen and bar of the Novotel, so there are some sense of food being cooked in the area. There is quite a lot of hubbub noise, and there is music playing in the reception. This is the Novotel reception desk. There will normally be a staff member there checking residents in and out. You will also be able to come up and ask them any questions, although they may not know specifics about the show. They will all be wearing name badges just like this. This is GoPro video footage of us walking up to the venue via the lift. There are 3 lifts in the space. Each are all of the same size. They fit between 3 and 4 people. You're going up to the first floor once in the lift. The lift does have music playing and doesn't have any overwhelming scents in the room. There is a sign on here if you forget and you're heading towards the meeting room area. This is the lobby when you come out of the lift, where you can get to the toilets and the meeting room, and where the stairs also come out to. And here is where you wait for the show. In this area may be other people who are attending different meetings on the day, but there will be a Whatbox staff member there to greet you. There is music in the space that can be quite loud, and there is smells of different food that have been cooked for other meetings. And finally, this is how we get into the performance space. This footage shows us going to the performance space via the stairs. The stairs are next to the lift area. One thing I noticed in the stairwell is there is an extremely strong smell of chlorine from where this space links to the swimming pool. There isn't any music playing in this area and it is relatively quiet. This door takes you out to the same section to where the lifts were as well. And from here you can get to the meeting room space, the toilets, and the performance space. This is the performance space. As you can see, it hasn't yet been decorated and ready for the performance, but this is the size of the room you can expect to go in. This footage shows how you access the breakout space from the performance area. Down a very short corridor, there will be a Whatbox staff member here to help you as well at this point. And just inside this room. The breakout space will have all furniture removed and will have ear defenders and eye masks. I put the eye masks in because, as you can see, the carpet on this floor can be quite busy and it causes me some visual stress, so I thought it may cause others. This footage now shows us heading to the bathroom from the performance space. There are male and female facilities as well as disabled facilities. This footage is going to show the disabled facilities. A Whatbox staff member will be here to direct you. As you can see, there is baby changing facilities in here. I just wanted to point out the way in which the door locks. There's towel hand dryers and no air blow hand dryers, so it shouldn't be noisy, and there are grab rails if necessary. And lastly, onto adjustments and accessibility tools that we are using. As you'll have seen earlier, we have the breakout space available. In the breakout space, we will have ear defenders and earplugs for those who need them, and you're more than welcome to wear your noise-cancelling headphones throughout the performance. I may even be performing in mine. I also will have eye masks, as I've noticed you before, the carpet in the space is very busy and can cause visual stress. As well as myself telling the story, there'll be multiple other Whatbox staff members there on the day to help. A support staff member in the room and a staff member just outside to help you get to the bathroom or get to the breakout space if you need. Whatbox staff members will all be dressed in black and have the Whatbox logo on them. They will also have a name tag so you can identify them by name. Feel free to arrive 10 to 15 minutes before to get to know us as a team and introduce yourself. And that's it for our video visual guide. I hope now you feel ready to go onto the Reading What's On website and book your tickets for the show. I really look forward to seeing you all and meeting you. If you have got any further questions, please do send them via Messenger to the Whatbox page or send them to email to whatboxcic@gmail.com. Great talking to you and see you soon.